Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Miasin. This is gonna be OCG Metagame Breakdown number 8, and technically, it's only for 3 days, but it's also 9 tournaments and 61 top performing decks, so that's the reason why I'm really showcasing this. And it's gonna be really interesting, so, yeah, I mean, what's really going on in the OCG? Everything keeps changing. Like I said, it's a roller coaster kind of format, so we're gonna see if the exact same old decks are still doing well. So, new product release, I'm be sad. That's probably just a joke. I mean, the card sucks. And Pestilence going from 3 to 0, XDLOL, LMAO, nobody cares. Anyways, that's the pizza or the pie chart, or the pizza chart. Or I guess it's technically something else, but whatever. So Virtual World is taking 26.2, which is extremely hilarious because there was a breakdown where Virtual World wasn't even in the pie chart at all. It wasn't even a part of others. And now that Virtual World is actually better than others, you know there's kind of a problem, you know? I mean, this is looking less and less like a tier 1 deck and looking more and more like a 0.9 tier 0.9 or tier 0.85 kind of deck, if you can understand what I'm trying to say. And yeah, it's just crazy. Virtual World taking 16 top cut spots, and the second best deck is Zodiac, pure Zodiac, by the way. It's not with like any Eldritch cards. It's taking like 7, so it's really respectable. And to be fair, this deck is most likely going to dodge the ban list. So if I were you, I would invest in Zeus, because people are probably going to start playing Zodiac as soon as VFD gets banned, because it will get banned. I don't think Konami's crazy enough to allow a deck that has been topping with this much consistency keep, you know, staying in the game. So yeah. And then for Dragon Maid, three of them were the actual regular Dragon Maid, and then freaking Amazement. I don't get why people play Amazement cards. They suck. I understand the engine, by the way. I just completely disagree with it. The Horror House, don't even compare it to Book of Moon, please. Because Book of Moon is super flexible. It's a quick play, so you can use it on your turn. And also, you can use it on your own monsters, and it's not once per turn. Whereas Horror House, look at this, man. It's a trap card, so you have to wait one full turn. It's a hard once per turn, which sucks for obvious reasons. You have to actually use the card first to target a monster, and then send it to the graveyard to book, I'm pretty sure. And it's a hard once per turn, which is stupid. Why? Why does such an underwhelming card have that many restrictions, and then they play their level 7 bad version of Multi-Faker that technically doesn't give you instant advantage? Like I already said, you pretty much get $10 in 5 years, but $10 in 5 years has no value, especially if you have to like spend $5 right now. It's just ass. Anyways, Phantom Knight! Yes! Oh, yes! Oh my god. This makes me really happy. Finally seeing Phantom Knight up there. I was like, why is the deck not doing anything? I love the deck. And yeah, it's actually tied with Dragon Maid, and that's it. Officially third best deck. Well, at least for this OCG metagame breakdown. Like I said, the amount of days doesn't really matter. What I really like is the fact that it's actually 9 tournaments. So to me, that actually makes a lot of sense. And then Emancipator, Eldritch, 2 of them are Zodiac Eldritch, and 1 of them is just regular Eldritch. So what I want to say is a lot of people actually think that Lawn Mowing is a problem card in Yu-Gi-Oh! And you know, to you thinking that, I actually don't understand your perspective, because there's literally barely any decks that play Lawn Mowing here. Okay, sure, yeah, whatever. These 3 decks, they play Lawn Mowing, but that's it. That's it. Nobody else is playing 60 card versions, even though they have two copies of Lawn Mowing in the OCG. So it could actually come back in the TCG and nobody would care. It's not that good. And also, it makes your deck kind of less consistent since you have to play 60, and on game 2 and 3, I don't know, you start seeing your side deck less often. It's not too great, but whatever. Again, I have a lot of insight on that because I was probably one of the very first Lawn Mowing Infernoid Zodiac player back in the days, and I can tell you, it wouldn't be good in regular Infernoids, because Lawn Mowing Infernoids without the Zodiac cards never topped a single YCS in history. The deck sucks. Anyways, the prank kids, whatever. I don't like the deck, but hey, I mean, again, I feel like it's just so obvious, and it's not even a debate at this point which one is better between Prank Kids and Zodiac. Honestly, it's so obvious that Zodiac is better. It's always doing better, and Oh my god, like the fact that you have a one card Zeus, you get to play so... No, okay, sure. Okay, both decks are one card engines, and both decks can play so many utility cards without playing a lot of like random garbage bricky cards that technically don't do anything, like the Zodiac combo and the Prank Its Plan, the trap card. You're not really forced to play them. If you want to play them, you can, but I mean, you know, whatever, it doesn't really change anything. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. If I were you, I would play Zodiac instead of Prank Kids. Just saying. But yeah, 3 Shadow. Yeah, like I said, 2 of them are Lawn Mowing Invoke Shadow, and 1 is... Okay, yo, bro, that's literally the same thing, but with Kaiju. Okay, whatever. This was the most useless, you know, detail that I need. I didn't need that. Yeah, it's just, you just add kaijus and apparently it's a new, completely different strategies, LMAO. Strategy. Anyways, Tri-Brigade, one of them is one of them is just pure Tri-Brigade. Ancient Warrior Tri-Brigade and Lyrilusk Ancient Warrior. People are actually mixing Lyrilusk and Ancient Warriors and Tri-Brigade. That's interesting. I mean, I want to say Tri-Brigade and the TCG people are really testing that out with the Lyrilusk cards. Oh, sorry, I'm so stupid. Well, yeah, Tri-Brigade with the Lyrilusk cards, but that makes it so the best kaiju in the game right now is Gadarla, which is the card that looks like the Great Moth. And the reason for that is because it's a wind attribute, so it actually beats the Wind Barrier Statue, which is the card that they summon with Simorgh, Bird of Sovereignty, or Bird of the Kings, or whatever. I've actually forgot the name. But the Link 3, okay, yeah, leave me alone. Yeah, you know, this is interesting. I just don't really care too much. Code Talker, Dragon Link, what? Dragon Link randomly actually doing something in the OCG. That's sketch. They don't have LP, I'm pretty sure. And literally everything and their mother is banned, so I'm actually really shocked. Drytron, I mean, yeah, it was like tier 1 before, and now it's like... Yeah, when Drytron is just as good as Zephyra and Code Talker and... Oh, no, actually, no, sorry. The worst deck here is actually Dragon Link. I'm sorry. It's just so crippled in the OCG. In the TCG, it's so much better. But in the OCG, it just looks unplayable. So I don't really get that. But yeah. Amazement, Dragma Invoked. Again, I don't get the Amazement cards. Probably just a trend. People are gonna start dropping them. Chaos Thunder Dragon, Megalith. Ooh, cute. And it's not even Megalith Drytron. It's just Megalith. Oh, okay. Orchist, only 1. Oh. Salamangrade, Seka Danger. Yes! Thank you! I love this deck. I want to make a video on it. It's so sick. It's so fun, actually. You get to play, like, all the pots. Literally. Would I play Grand Maju though? I don't know. Yeah, obviously Seka's Light is limited in the TCG, which means that it's literally banned, because I can't think of a single human that would be crazy enough to play Seka's Light, but only if it's at 1. Yeah, even semi-limited wouldn't make too much sense, and even the 3 would be like, I guess Burning Abyss with hand traps? I don't know. Anyways, Virtual World, so... Ooh, is there anything interesting here? There is one thing interesting, but not in the main deck. The main deck is always super boring, although there is actually one thing that kind of catches my attention, and that's the fact that this guy's actually main decking the 3 tactical talents, which, again, doesn't do anything in a virtual world mirror match, but since the OCG is like up and down, back and forth with all the VFD and virtual world running around in the format, maybe 3 tactical talents might kind of make sense to main deck, since you're actually going to encounter other decks that play cards that aren't VFD in their deck. So yeah, maybe it's going to be good, but against virtual world mirrors, it's not too great. Yeah. For the extra deck, there's actually Virtual World Jaja, which is pretty good. It's one way to actually make Eldritch lose a lot of resources, because you can actually make the Fortune Tune I mean, I don't even know why the guy doesn't play Fortune Tune. I would obviously play it instead of Breaksword. I'd also play 2 Cat Class, so like, what? Yeah, apart from that, everything is pretty good. The Gaia Dragon is good, but... But anyways, what I really wanted to say is that this actually allows you to detach a material, target a monster on your field, basically. It becomes indestructible by battle, and like at the end of the battle phase, or no, at the end of like after... Look, after battling with a monster, it gets banished. It's like kind of a Neospatian Grand Mole, but banished instead of returned back to the hand. And it's a good card because you make Zeus after it has 2 materials, so it can use its effect once. You made your opponent banish a card, so you made them lose their Eldritch, their Conquistador, or their Aquero, so that's exactly what they're saying right there. And apart from that... Again, just a lot of cool things here. Main decking, side decking Scale Drain against those other kind of combo decks. Pretty sure though, against Drytron, Scale Drain wouldn't be that broken. It wouldn't suck, obviously. I mean, yeah, it's just that all of their monsters still get all of their effects, like every single Drytron, except the ritual monsters, obviously, and the Xyz. But yeah, still, whatever. I mean, I kind of like everything else though. It's a nice deck list, I guess. The 2/2, so you can play through Artifact Lancia. That is the utility for 2/2. Anyways, Zodiac, there's pretty... this actually makes me laugh, because the only kind of innovation, I guess you can say, is either playing or not playing Bunny Blast, changing the lineup of hand traps, and not playing Called by the Grave, because if you use Called by the Grave on your opponent's hand trap, you have to note that you're not going to be able to use the hand trap that you used Called by the Grave on your opponent's turn, because Called by the Grave actually applies for both players. Like, the card is just generically negated, whether it's you or your opponent that uses it, and also it applies until the end of the next turn. So if you use Called by the Grave on your turn, during your opponent's turn, you're also under the Called by the Grave that you used against your opponent before. So in other words, if your opponent goes Max C and use Called by the Grave, during your opponent's turn, when you pass, if you have Max C, you're technically allowed to use it, but it doesn't have any effect. So that's really bad. It's just not good. So that's the reason why they actually cut Called by the Grave completely, not even side decking. Interesting. And also, since it's not China, they're not main decking Macrocosmos, because I don't know, maybe I don't want to say, I don't want to be passive-aggressive and say, oh, it's just a cultural thing, because that doesn't mean anything. Maybe it's just because maybe it's because people deck build in teams and they always have like different perspectives of things, but it's definitely not because some people are, I guess, smarter or dumber than others. I definitely don't believe that would be the case. So there has to be a reason why in a certain country a Floodgate that is considered an insta-win would be main decked at maximum capacity, whereas every single other country in the entire world, they never main deck it. So there has to be something that I'm missing. I mean, I know in like, I think it was like South America or something, people didn't have access to certain cards for so long, so people were always playing like, I don't know, like suboptimal decks. So if you went to the YCSs in those countries, you know, it was basically like a pay to win. But I don't think I don't think it has to be any, it doesn't have to do anything with money, I think, but yeah. Anyways, apart from that, how many hand traps is that? The 13? 15! 15 hand traps! Oh my god, okay. The only hand trap that he's maxing out that is once per turn are Maxi and Ash. Apart from that, Skullmeister, you are allowed to max it out without any drawbacks, because it's not once per turn. And then 2 DD Crow, 2 Ghost Bell, 2 Imperm, Triple Strike, thank you so much, finally someone who plays Triple Strike. He's not actually playing Bunny Blast, so that's kind of interesting. Triple Cyclone, but no Duster main deck. He really wants to have those interruptions when he's going first. Interesting. And also Monster Reborn, the one of, I guess you can use it on your opponent's monsters. But no, that's really neat, so I like that quite a lot. Imagine when you main deck 15 hand traps and you side deck another 8. Yeah, play 23 hand traps total. More than half of the deck. What's your actual deck? Oh, hand traps featuring Zodiac cards. Not like the other way around, you know? And apart from that, in conclusion, Drytron is just always as... yeah, I mean, it's just not as good, unfortunately, because people are really preparing themselves to beat Drytron. I mean, just look at all these hand traps that are much better against Drytron than against Virtual World, and that's the reason why this deck is just so good. You can get Nibiru, and all you have to say is, no thank you, I'll just keep playing if you don't mind. It's fine, I don't really care about the Nibiru too much, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that's really all I had to say and showcase and talk about for this OCG Metagame breakdown. If you guys have any comments or feedback, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because it motivates me a lot to keep making videos like these. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace!